Yo, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. Some stuff like going on a big trip soon, so I've kind of been neglecting my YouTubes. It's probably been a long time. It's been a very long time. How it been? How it been? How it been? I've been good. I have la bagel. I've just been chilling. A lot of stuff has been changing. A lot of things have been going. But like, I don't know. I'm getting sick. You have one job, is to not get sick. Why do you do this to me? Why did you do this to yourself? You're a terrible, terrible person. But there you go. Get sick again. Is it serious or just like a real bad cold? Welcome to my bagel stream. I have a bagel. Sure, sure, for sure. Battery low. 30% battery low. I'm sure Ninjago is good. It's up there. It's like Power Rangers, right? It's like basically Power Rangers with Legos. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna still call you Butters. I'm not gonna call you Honeysuckle. No offense. I hope that's not offensive. Still won't call you Butters. Or Ennards. I have a bagel. Bagel stream. Just making sure the algorithm knows. Pretty sure the algorithm loves bagels. So much throwing bagels up there to get viewers. I don't think you tried to control yourself from getting sick. I don't think you stopped yourself. You felt your body getting sick and you were like, oh. Instead, you could have just been like, no, fuck you, body. I'm not getting sick today. Punch yourself in the face like this. What's happening, Layla? How's it going? Further context, I'm charging my car at the moment and having breakfast because I've been driving all morning for like Lyft. Making that money. Satch money. And so I'm charging up the car. I'm charging up the me. Ugh. You young people. done the opposite recently, where like I'll eat an amount that I thought like I could have, and then it's just too much. I'm just like full afterwards. I hate that because I used to be able to like put down like an entire. I could probably knock it at a McDonald's out of business one sitting before, but as I've been like more busy, I feel like my stomach is shrinking, so I'm eating less and less, which is kind of good because I don't. I should clarify. I don't regularly eat an entire McDonald's worth of food, but like it was a possibility. Now there's no possibility. I don't know. I used to be able to eat a lot more than I thought I could. Now I can't. I have big leg. We might be lost some bagels. Keeps texting me, but I know if I leave the stream, so but if I leave the thing, the stream I also think it's good, but yes, but might I suggest? Oh, it's like 3:30 here, but like I don't eat in the morning because I get nauseous. So I usually just have coffee, and then I'll wait a few hours until lunchtime, and I'll have breakfast. I only usually eat like twice a day. It's usually something like small in the beginning, and then I'll have like a bigger lunch or a bigger dinner. Not a bigger dinner, it's just like a full meal. But yeah, I am doing okay. Some bad stuff has happened, but I'm positive people, so I will survive. But yeah, so, I was gonna give you a little tip, Hendrix, is butter. Is that I think you can go into your channel settings and change it so it doesn't have the periods in it, because it's popping up periods, like honeysuckle period free. So I don't know if you knew. I'm not trying to be that guy. You know, you can have a version without the periods. Like the display name can be different from the actual channel. I believe. I'm one of believes. Oh, how? How many other honeysuckle the Nani? Nani the fuck? How many other honeysuckle the furries are out there? You need to find them, kill them. I think there's only one. There's only enough room for one honeysuckle the furry. Oh, my car stopped charging. Why? Why? It does this sometimes. Un momento, por favor. This is my car freshener, if you like it. is silly sometimes. Yeah, I love space. That's the name of the car. I named the car. Nope. Thank you. Yeah. That's goofy, the name not being available. But anyways, yeah. Car's name is Nova, but she looks like a spaceship. And also, my last vehicle was named Timber, and I wanted to go for the same fiery theme, but futuristic. So this car's name is Nova. I think she looks like a Nova, this car. I think I showed a picture of her on like my channel. I might have posted it. If I haven't, I might. But yeah, and then I went to a dollar store and I saw this air freshener, and it's the Supernova, and I was like, yeah, perfect. It smells really good too. So very lucky. I love space. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. Oh, it's so pretty. Adios. Adios. Have a good time. Bagel, 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 bagel. Bagel wave. Just having a good time. Just vibing out here. It's so weird. The electric charger is right outside like a car dealership. But there's only one. There's only one fast charger. So it's like, okay, well, I kind of have to just get really lucky and hope there's no one waiting here. I read that first half. I was like, damn, you're loaded. And then I realized you're talking about a video game. I don't want to quote Kratos, right? But I will. Watch your tone. I'm assuming you're in big debt. But you're a child, so I don't know how you would do that. I don't know how you would do that. You're not. I'm going through my back catalog of information on my Mind Palace, and I don't think you're rich. But, you know. I'm supposed to be at work today, but I had to leave work yesterday in the middle of the day because I was just like really nauseous. And then this morning I was like, oh, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great. And then I started like throwing up right before I was like 12 o'clock. Like that's like 2 hours before my shift, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to go in nauseous and then have to leave 20 minutes, 30 minutes later. So I waited and waited, and I was like waiting until the time like I had to be leaving. And then I looked at my watch. I don't have a watch, but I looked at the time and I was like, I'm not chancing it. And then I called up. And then I threw up. And now I'm starving. So I'm feeling a lot better now. I don't know what I did last night, because I didn't even eat. Like, I didn't eat anything before I got nauseous. I just got so fucking like likely to be ill. So, but no, I'm feeling better. Gotta have a bacon. How are you doing, Innards? I know your channel's doing amazing. I expect nothing less. Also, your eyes are so goddamn pretty. It's very frustrating because I'm just like, that's unfair. You fucking roll the dice and you get magical earth color eyes, and I got damn near black brown. Unfair. Beef. Give me them balls. Give me them eyeballs. I'm Sorry. That was funny for me and probably no one else. I'm dying. Yeah. He's, sure. Yeah. Congratulations. Thanks your dad. He's your dad. Yeah. It's so weird. The channel numbers keep like it's like 9, 5, 2, 9. It's like, wait, what did I do? What did I do? Is it the bagel? I stopped showing the bagel. As soon as the bagel's gone, it'll drop to like 0 viewers watched. Unfortunate. It is gone. The bagle is done. It is out. El finito. Bagel Lord. I am the Bagel Lord. I pulled through the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, snatched a bagel out of somebody else's hand, and then they was like, "He took a bagel!" And they chased me for 3 blocks. And I hid in the garbage can, snagged on the bagel. They came back to my car. This is not true. No illegal acts were performed. Sometimes quiet is violent. Find it hard to hide. Reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. Do that. Go do something in your laundry, you schlacker. Inside my dream, I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding from me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to hide what is real. I could pull up the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often to replace the slot with what I once bought, but somebody stole my car radio, and now I just sit in silence. Sit in silence. You fell asleep in my car. It's not a truck. It's not a truck. It's a hatchback. I'm a hipster. It's a hatchback. If I was cool, I would have a truck. Cool people have trucks. I am not cool. I am somewhat of a nerd. So I have me a hatchback. Same damn thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's like saying charcoal's the same as propane. It's not. It's not the same thing. Nowhere near the same thing. Very different. Very different. Mine is like small and nippy and it can like get in between places. If you try to do that shit with a truck, you're either going to tip over or you're going to crash and kill somebody. This means nothing. A hatchback is not a truck. If anything, you're making your dad sad. Think about that shit. You're disappointing your father. How dare you? Ask him. Ask if he's around. Ask him right now. Say, hey, is a hatchback a truck? Or is a hatchback and a truck the same thing? I said I want to get a truck. I said I would love to get a truck. I never said I got a truck. When would I have... I don't think I said that. I think I said I want a truck. I really want the Chevy, not the Chevy, the Ford F-150 Lightning, which is an electric truck. And the electric truck is pretty sick. But this one's nicer as like a vehicle and not for like a fun stuff. Because like this is good for like getting everywhere. Good mileage. But it's like, it's not a truck. I want a truck. This is not a truck. This is El, not a truck. If I had to say it in Spanish, El, not a truck at all. Thank you. Respect Nova. Put respect on her goddamn name. It takes like 30 minutes, 40 minutes realistically. It's already halfway. And that was in like 10, 20 minutes. So Now we just wait for it to go full, and that should be another 20 minutes or so. Because this car, so the car is so weird because the car had, I don't know if you know how recalls work. You say your father's a mechanic, but you also say a hatchback is a truck, so you can eat it. Okay. There was a recall on the battery for this vehicle. The vehicle, perfectly fine, but the battery's a little goofy. So they did a recall so that they could fix the problem or make sure that there is no problem to begin with. They saw that this one didn't have a problem, but they put a limit on the battery, so I can't charge it to full. I can charge it to like 80% and then it stops. That way, there's less chance of there being a problem in the future. But up until then, but it's up until like, I think it's like 6,000 miles or 60,000 miles or something like that. Up until then, the battery stays locked at 80%. So it's only gonna take like 20 minutes because I'm only going to like 80%. Yeah. But because it was recalled and they were like, oh, we gotta make sure the battery's all right, it basically makes the car way cheaper than it's supposed to be. Plus, it gives you a warranty on all this. Like, the car itself has like a warranty. So, like they said, there might be a mistake. You know, like, oh, we're trying to protect you from a mistake that might have happened or could happen. But they give you a warranty on the thing anyways. So it's just like, oh, if something does happen, like to that specific thing because of the mistake, they'll give you a brand new battery and all that stuff, and then they'll fix all the problems that came with it. So it's cheaper, and it's like not safer. It's cheaper, and it's like more likely to be okay in the long run. So like if it, like, I don't know, fucking overheats, so it stops driving, I can get it towed to a place, get it fixed. Yeah, charging does take a little bit, but it's not like, to be fair, it's not bad because it's not loud and it's very rare that there are a lot of cars, you know? So it's cool to just like sit down and zone out for like 20, 30 minutes. It does kind of suck when you're trying to do a bunch of things. Like if I was going, like I'm trying to go on a road trip soon. If I were to take this car on a road trip, I would have, and it would, instead of taking one day, it would take two because like every 150 miles, every like 200 miles, I would have to like go get, I would have to stop and charge for like a half an hour to an hour or whatever. So that would suck for a road trip. But you know, getting from A to B and not having to like use gas or worry about like oil changes or like it's the coolant is way easier to be worked on by me. So it saves me money because of the oil, right? So I don't have to get oil changed. I don't have to change the oil myself. There's no oil to change. And then on top of that, I don't have to pay for maintenance really because everything that needs to be done, I can do it myself without having to go to like an auto shop. And like, yeah, you could do that if you like know mechanical stuff, but this is made so easy. And then also, electric is just cheaper. Electric is cheaper than gas because, so for electric here, it's cheaper than gas, and this is fast charging. If I charged at home, it would be like a third of the price of gas. So it's good. There's some good stuff. Um, can't really go on road trips alone. You can. It's just gonna make the road trip longer than you want it to be. Like you gotta plan that shit out. Like if you're gonna go like if it's 100 like 200 miles, you can, like I can go on one ride, park, charge. What's happening, Thomas Wade, and then I'm so tilted. Sorry. You don't get to see me face on. I'm talking to you, I'm not talking at you. I don't want to talk at you. You know. You feel me? You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? It's just leaning back. It's just leaning back. Okay. Well. Just do the thing. Just do the thing. Okay? Heck and dang. Dang and heck. Maybe I can zoom in on me specifically. Alright. So, this car has good mileage. Again, 300, like, at full charge, if it wasn't stuck at 80%, it would get like 260 miles per tank or whatever, which isn't bad. Like I could ride this for a week and be fine. The other thing is I don't need to look for a gas station as long as, I'm sorry, I did not mean to, I apologize. But it takes about 30 minutes to charge to, like if I'm going from like 25% to 75%, it takes about 30 minutes. If I'm charging it from empty to full, it's gonna take about 45 minutes. But that's only because I'm at 80%. I think if I were to try and charge from empty to actual 100%, it would probably take closer to an hour. But that gives me about 300 miles of range, realistically, and that's pretty good. It's also super cheap. Also, I don't have to look for a gas station all the time. Like I have an what do you call it? Travel plug. So I like take it out. I have it in my trunk, and so if there's ever like an outlet somewhere outside, or if I'm at a McDonald's or a Walmart, it's very cheap. It's I wouldn't say it's better over gas. They're just better at different things. Also, my car is faster. It doesn't matter what car, my car is faster. Well, that's not true. But I was sitting like at a stoplight next to like this really annoying like Dodge Charger or Challenger, whatever one, the muscle one. Yeah, the travel, it's really cool. It's not like the fastest charge, but I like if I'm going to like a motel overnight and there's no like fast chargers around or like whatever, I can just put an extension cord through the window and charge that bitch. So that'd be fine. By the next morning, it'd be fully charged, or close. Like I was next to a Dodge Charger, a Dodge Challenger at a stoplight, and he kept like revving his engine and like making faces because I guess because electric car, gas car, electric car. Yeah, plugging in like a phone. Yeah. And then the guy kept making faces and like revving his engine, and I was like, okay, what do you want? I don't want to. Okay, whatever. And then the light went green, and I was like, oh, good, because like the whole path in front of us cleared out, so I just smoked him to the next light. He definitely tried. His car got so fucking loud that I was legitimately afraid it was gonna pop because it was like it was real loud. My car did not work that hard. I just popped it in the sport mode, and then it's basically like a launch sequence. My 0 to 60 is like, I think it's like 3 or 4 seconds. So it's faster than most cars this size, and a lot of SUV sized cars. The only car I think could smoke this one. No, it is not a Tesla. It's just an electric car, and electric cars have really good torque and really good like 0 to 60s because it's like a motor, and instead of like I'm not pushing gas through an engine. It's straight electricity to the motor, and the motor will kick in automatically. So it doesn't have to take as long to get up to speed. Its top speed is kind of crap because it's limited at 92, I believe, because the fastest you're technically allowed to. I fucking hate the Cybertruck. I legitimately I despise the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is a stupid waste of like resources and time because it's just like, oh my god, I'm about to go on a rant. Okay. Oh god damn it, it stopped charging again. Give me 1 second. And this isn't my car issue. This is this charger issue has been really annoying. This charger is one of the cheaper ones around, but I also don't want to go to a different charger. Where's my card? I just had my card in my pocket. It's in my pocket. I will return. Such a stupid trick. It is such a stupid trick. 1 second. I'll answer questions momentarily. Hiya! So, okay. First, I'm going to say the easier answer first. The speed does affect the battery, just like speed affects gas. So it's like the same thing. The difference is going downhill in a gas car will do nothing for your mileage, gas-wise. But going downhill in an electric car, the battery gets refilled by the motor spinning. So I have regenerative braking. So if I'm going downhill a lot, it'll save me a lot of energy because it's just slowly using that energy from me going downhill to go back into the car. Which I know it sounds silly, like, oh, well, you're going Like you're gonna go back, so you're gonna have to go uphill, which is gonna waste the battery. Yes, but that also means if I'm going one way, I'll have to make less stops. So if I'm doing a road trip, for example, I would go, and if it's downhill, it's saving me energy, and it'll get me there faster. But it's like rare, kind of. But yeah, so it's kind of there's some pros and cons, but the fucking the Cybertruck is so garbage, so legit. Give me a second. This is telescoping steering wheel. I just realized I could have it out of my fucking face. The Cybertruck, dude. Okay, so I'm just for people who don't know about the Cybertruck, right? And I doubt there's anybody who doesn't. But for people who don't, the Cybertruck is an electric truck. It's supposed to be an electric pickup truck that is supposed to be just as good or better than a regular pickup truck. It is a luxury vehicle. Like technically speaking, it is a luxury vehicle. It costs like I think it's close to $70,000. And that's new, I believe, or close to that. It was supposed to no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It starts at like close to $100,000, and it was supposed to come out close to $70,000. So even when it was supposed to like announced, it was supposed to be a luxury vehicle. It's $30,000 more than it was supposed to be. So first of all, right out the gate, it is not as good as a pickup truck because pickup trucks are supposed to be slightly cheap work vehicles. So first thing, kind of cheap? No. just give me. I'm gonna get there. Get there, and it's gonna be a second. So, second thing, it's supposed to be a work vehicle. It's supposed to be a vehicle that can like haul shit, tow shit, or have a trailer that you can pull shit with, right? I guess that'd be towing. But those are the main things. If you have like a trailer, a pickup truck should be able to handle that. It's like the main thing. It's supposed to hold heavy shit and get from A to B without braking. Off-roading, maybe. If you're getting like an off-roading truck, sure. But if you're just getting like a pickup truck, the main things you want it to do is be able to carry shit, tow shit. Like that, that's it. Maybe off-roading's a little hard, but those two things should be pretty easy for any decent pickup truck. The Cybertruck came out almost 3 times more expensive than a regular pickup truck. It is twice as expensive as a good electric pickup truck, and it is $30,000 more than it originally said it was supposed to be. Okay? It cannot tow shit. It cannot do one of the two things you really expect it to do, which is fucking pull another car or pull a trailer or, you know, pull machinery. Because it's a pickup truck. It's supposed to tow stuff. The other thing is its like bed, its truck bed is such a cheap and weak liner that it will, if you have heavy shit in there, as you would normally do, like tools and lumber and metal, like shit you're hauling, it'll cut right through that, like the layer of like whatever plastic that they used to coat it. Can you imagine your work truck getting fucked up by work? That's crazy, especially since we've had trucks forever. Pickup trucks have been around forever. It is one of the most sold items in America. Not cars, one of the most sold items. So people they're like, it's probably an equal amount pickup truck to cell phone. Like that's how many pickup trucks are out in America. And they fucked up a pickup truck in 2020, like 2022, realistically. So it's already not going well, right? So it can't tow the back, the pickup part, so like the bed, the truck bed, shit. And then on top of that, right? Remember, super expensive, does not tow, does not pick up. It also is one of the least safe vehicles on the road because it is a sharp metal fucking bullet that okay, well, you're safe. You know, other people who are driving, if crashing them, they're not safe because your car's strong. Well, no, it's not. It's not good because your car is made of stainless steel and it does not have the same crumple zone. Your car hitting a wall means you are flying through that windshield because the whole point of a crumple zone is to slow down slightly, very slightly, but that's supposed to save your life. If it does not crumple at the same speed or at the same amount, then like that's why all the cars are like kind of made of like cheap plastic. Like everyone's like, oh, cheap plastic piece of shit, or the cheap like aluminum piece of crap, where it's just like, oh yeah, it got scratched from like walking next to it, or it got a dent from like, you know, a pebble. It's like yes, there is downsides to having like cheap like what do you call it, front bumpers or back bumpers, but the sucky parts about that are kind of outweighed by the fact that you will possibly you get like a better chance of survival if that thing is made kind of like crap, because it's not supposed to be strong. It's not supposed to be durable. The whole thing is that it's supposed to crumple like a can so you don't die. The whole chassis itself is pretty solid for most cars. So like the inside of the car in front of you, it's supposed that's strong. But outside, everything outside of that, it's just supposed to give you a little bit more time to stop. Because the Tesla Cybertruck does not have that, it's much more dangerous for you and for anybody else on the road because it won't crumple the same. Even though we've known for like, I don't know, fucking 30 years that like if it's made a little cheaper and like yes, it's a little easier to break, or not easier to break, easier to damage, it makes it way more likely that you'll survive the crash. So again, twice as expensive. No, I'm sorry, 3 times as expensive as a regular electric truck because they have multiple electric trucks now. 3 times as expensive as those. $30,000 more than it originally said. Cannot tow. Cannot pick up. If it crashes, yeah, it's crumple zone. It's the crunch. It's the crumple zone. The crunch zone. That's not the technical term for it. I don't think. I might be wrong. Might be wrong. Actually, I can Google. What is the front part of the car that is meant to condense when you crash?
On the website lingoda.com, they say, let's start with the hood, the front of the car, under which you can find the engine. There's usually a lever on the driver's side to lift the hood. We recommend finding it before you need to use it, because no one wants to be scrabbling around in the dark trying to pop the hood in an emergency.
It did not answer my question. You Google it.
To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
Okay, you Google it. That did not work for me. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it's the crumple zone. But yeah, so also on multiple occasions the car just doesn't work. And I'm not talking about like physically or like I'm not talking about mechanically or mechanically or financially. It does not work either way because the car on a software level has either locked people out, locked people in, or not worked how it's supposed to. And this is from a company that's been making electric cars for the past like 10, 15 years. So it's like there's no excuse. So doesn't tow, doesn't haul, does not crumple, is way more expensive than it's supposed to be. And then it's been locking people in and out of the vehicle since it's been sold. Now everybody who's bought a Cybertruck has returned them or tried to sell them, but a lot of people can't sell them because one of the things that people don't talk about really with like Teslas specifically is that they have or a lot of cars do it, but it's usually newer cars, and it's been like a big thing because of the whole Tesla stuff. And that is the fact that you sometimes when you buy a car, they will put you in a contract that says you are not allowed to sell this car. You are not allowed to sell this car until like okay, fair. We're both right. Cool. You be Crunch, I'll be Crumble, and we'll find somebody else named Crash, and then we'll have a little. We'll have like a car band. I'll just honk the horn. You know? Okay. Anyways, sorry. But yeah. So the car's just in every sense of the word, not a pickup truck. And then on top of that, even if it was a regular car, and you took out all the like if it was the regular price of a car, and it was built like a regular car, and then it did all the stuff that regular cars are supposed to do, the software is still bugged, so people continuously get locked in and out of their fucking car. Yes, honey, honeysuckle. Yes, an ADHD moment. But honeysuckle. Ugh. No, butters, exotic butters. That's what your name would have been if you were like from I don't know India or something, or anywhere but America. Exotic butters. But yeah, no. Cybertruck, trash, garbage, garbage. But yeah, I'm not saying this. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna make a very plain statement. This car is very much better than a Cybertruck because it does the things a car is supposed to. The Cybertruck barely does that. And also, this is another thing I forgot to mention. And it doesn't even matter at this point because Cybertruck is so trash. I don't even have to bring this up for it to still be true. But If you want to know how much more trash it actually is, the car said it was supposed to have 500 miles of range. It has about 300 miles of range, which is just a little over what this car can get, right? This car was $15,000. That car was supposed to be $70,000, went up to $100,000. They said it's going to have 500 miles of range once you put in the battery extension. They said the battery extension was going to come out the same time as the truck. So people who pre-ordered the truck can pre-order the battery expansion, and they put that in the bed of the truck, and then they get 300 miles of range. And I think they also lose a shit ton of space in their truck bed. So it's like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just make the battery bigger on the inside? That way you won't have to give up the truck bed. But obviously they knew that nobody who actually wanted a truck was going to buy this Cybertruck, because no. But the extra battery did not get sold until 2 years after they finished making the Cybertruck. So the car's been out for 2 years now, or so, a year or so, right? And they are just now starting to ship out that extra battery. The battery range is estimated at 450, so 50 miles less than they actually said. And then on top of that, some people saying they're not working with the fucking car. So it's they do not do anything right. Also, it's supposed to have self-driving, and none of them have full self-driving yet. And if they do, it's super bare bones, because they're not allowed in most streets. So it's just if you can feel good about this today, okay? If a rich person bought the Cybertruck, the battery expansion, the full self-driving, all of those three things when they announced the Cybertruck, if they were just yeah, I'm gonna have the best, they didn't get it until 2 years late. The battery expansion didn't come out until a year after that. They spent over 105. I know it's 100 and something, $110,000 plus it's $200 a month for full self-driving. And then the car was crap. So if you want to feel good about something, feel good about that. They spent a shit ton of money for something that legitimately does not work. It's on any level. So feel good about that. Yeah. But yeah, this car is much better. The only there are very few things wrong with this car, and I will be very honest about it. This car is really good. It's a Chevy Bolt 2020. I really wanted the 2022 because it has some safety features and stuff that I really like, but this is the one I could afford, and it's one of the newer updated models. So this car gets about 260 miles of range, right? Yes, because fucking electric cars are not good for hauling at all. They're not good for hauling generally. But if you're smart, you can figure out a way that it'll work, because the Ford F-150 Lightning is a pickup truck that is electric, and it does every single thing that it says it can do. There's no stupid little and it also is a giant mirror that will kill anybody in the space station because it's reflecting the sun. No, it is just a pickup truck that happens to be electric. And the car gets around 500 miles of range, or 400 and something miles of range without anything. If you're not hauling anything or you're not towing anything, 450 miles of range. And it doesn't need a stupid expansion to take up 90% of your fucking truck bed. So it's it works. You can do it. They just didn't fucking do that. Because the Tesla Cybertruck is way heavier than it should be, because they're using stainless steel. If they did it like a normal car, which is safer, wouldn't have that big of a problem. But yeah, so you can do it. There's nothing stopping them. They're just bad. They're just bad at making a truck. They just wanted to make a truck to say they made a truck, and it was not good. And anyway, it was also butt ugly. It's an ugly ass fucking car, in every sense. Yes, it looks different. Different doesn't always mean good, at all. Different just means different. And so it didn't look, you could say it's special, sure, but also smart cars are real small. I would call those special too, Again, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just different. And so they were basically banking on that, and it didn't work out. Yeah, it's just an ugly car. That car is so ugly. Because it's okay, even if it's first of all, there's no way it's aerodynamic. There's no fucking way. So it's okay, so you're if you think it from a logical standpoint, it's basically an iPhone. That car is an iPhone. They didn't care if they could have made it better. They didn't care if they could make it cheaper. They didn't care if they could make it safer. They just wanted it to look and feel expensive. And I guess it looks expensive, and it feels expensive, because it's like metal. But like once you get your grubby mitts on it, like it's the whole stainless steel thing, you get fingerprints all over it. So it's just gonna look gross. Also, no one will insure it. That's a different thing. I could go on about this for fucking hours, but they know, like, you know how you have to get insurance for your car because it's like, okay, well, if you crash, they like, you got to be able to pay people. The Cybertruck, by more and more people, are not getting picked up. So you can't go to Geico, State Farm, like any of the major insurance brands. You can't go to them to get your insurance for the Cybertruck. And if you can't get insurance for the Cybertruck, you can't drive it on the road legally. So it's like, okay, one more time. Doesn't haul, doesn't tow, ranges shit. 3 times more expensive as an electric car and $30,000 more than they said it was going to be. Doesn't drive, brakes half the time when you try to get into it, and then looks butt ugly. Won't be insured. Anything else? It's made by Elon Musk, kind of a shit person generally. Anything else? I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna make up something on this one. If there was a giant magnet, you'd be fucking toast. Your car is just going. Those are all 10 reasons you shouldn't get a Cybertruck. There you go. Yeah, this car is really good. I think it's a Chevrolet. That's a pretty old brand, so I have a little bit of trust in the name, which I know it's kind of stupid. Don't do that, but it's like, well, if anybody's going to still exist in about 10 years, it's gonna be Chevrolet. It's a little tight, like not tight, but I feel a little small. Like there's a little bit of space here, and I'm like as low as the seat can get. Like it's not bad. I don't have to hunch or anything. Like I wish there was a little bit more cabin space. Like I wish it was a slight bit longer or a slight bit taller or something. The again has good range, has regenerative braking, has all the basic stuff. I feel like this is not the deluxe model or whatever. This is like the base model, so it works as a car. So that's already miles ahead of the fucking Tesla Cybertruck. It has like a really nice trunk because it's a hatchback. It has like a very tall, very like long trunk, and then I could pop the seats back, like pop the seats forward, and then it's even longer. Like I even thought about like going camping in this thing because like realistically, I could pop those seats down, push these seats up, and then I have a bed back there. I could just lay in it. The stereos are good. It looks futuristic. I had a drug dealer come into my car, and he was like, he was talking to his friend. He was like, "Yeah, I'm in the futuristic looking one." I know that's like a kind of a sentence that you probably shouldn't just drop randomly, but he was indeed a drug dealer, and he did say my car was futuristic looking. He said it looks like it's made in space or made for space. Like it looks like a spaceship on the inside, but on the outside it looks futuristic too. I was like, "Thank you, Mr. Drug Dealer. I appreciate you." That's not even a joke. That's not a drug dealer said my car is futuristic, and that's all I need. I don't need you. I don't need your affirmations. The drug dealer thought my car looked futuristic. Okay? Not my drug dealer. A drug dealer. I was doing a Lyft ride. I was just driving, and then this guy gets in the car. Well, I'm sorry. I should step back in context. I drove up. His fiance got in the car, and she was wearing a big fur coat, and I was like, it's like a big fur like pimp coat, and I was like, cool, like she's a classy lady. She comes in. I'm in the South. I expected a Southern accent to come from this woman. Did not happen. There was no Southern accent. She was just like, give him a second, he's gonna be here in a minute. And then so I was like, okay, Jersey accent, cool, interesting. And then he gets in. I could barely understand what this man's saying. He's from Memphis, and that accent is so goddamn thick it might as well be Jello. So he gets in. We're like half talking. I'm getting like half the stuff he's saying. We're talking about like, I was like, he was like, I was like when I came out here, I expected people to be racist because the South, and he was like, nah, they're not racist. They're just like really, really like petty and passive aggressive with racism. And I was like, yeah, I noticed that, and I don't fucking like it. And he was like, yeah, but one of my friends, it's so weird because he's not racist, but he adopted the entire culture. Like he speaks with like with that tone and like that like, I don't know, the hood voice, I guess is what he put it as. And so he was like, no, he sounds like that. And I was like, okay, sure. And he was like, watch. And then he called his friend, and he was like, yo, you trying to pull up at the house? And he was like, nah, I ain't got money like that this week. I don't got money for dope this week. And he was like, you don't have to pay for nothing. Just come on, drop by. And he was like, He was like, I'm sick. He was like, come on. And he was like, all right, I'll drop by the house in like 20 minutes. He was like, bet. And then, and he was like, then we stopped by this place. I didn't want to throw him out of my car, honestly, because I don't know what he doing. He's dealing drugs. I don't know what he do. And honestly, I was like, I'd rather just have him out of my car at this point. But so I was like, fastest way was to just like finish the ride. If we get pulled over, I'm like, what? Officer, this man has illicit substances. I don't know. But I was like, I'm gonna drop him off. It's the easiest thing for me. I don't want to like fucking pull over. Get out of my car, good man. How dare you bring illicit substances into my vehicle? So, dropped him off. He dropped off his drugs. Got back in my car. Dropped him home. Dropped him home. But he was pretty cool for a drug dealer. I don't know many. He seemed chill. Except for the drug dealing part. That was a big problem. Big problem. He should stop that. But yeah. My car is almost full, so I'm going to. Hold on, let me check the energy. It's gonna be done in 10 minutes. I think I'm good. Should I keep charging? Somebody tell me if I should keep charging. Anybody who's still there, let me know if I should keep charging because I have like 10 minutes of charge. I spoke to Bob today. I understood. A herka-derka. Arms wide open. I stand alone. Maybe I'll just start doing streams whenever I'm like parked and charging. This is kind of fun. Instead of talking to myself, I'm playing with the bobblehead on my dashboard. I have a little Venom bobblehead. I know I'm not gonna show you, but you have to believe me on this. It's a Venom bobblehead. Arms wide open. I stand alone. You know what I hate about my charger, the car charge, like the fast charger? It slows down towards the end of the charge. So I don't know why. It's not like fluid. You could just stop charging. But no, it like slows down up until you're like finished. So like it goes from like 40 volts a second or whatever, 40 kilowatts a second to like 28 kilowatts a second towards the end. And I'm like, why? If you just fucking kept at 40 kilowatts until it was done, it would be a quicker charge, and then I could get out of the space so other people can charge. But I don't know the logic for it. Unless it's like the charger's heated like too much. But then again, it has like 8 fans in that big machine. What is the dealio? And there's like a fan in the car to cool the connection. So I'm just like, I don't know. It does beyond me. What are you doing here in the real world? What are you doing here? So close I can touch you. What are you doing here? And what are you doing to me? How can you hate from outside of the club? You can't even get in. Legos. Apple bottom jeans. There's one person in the thing, and I wonder who it is. There's 2 people now. Spooky. How's it going? Is this ASMR or is this annoying? If everybody disappears, I'm going to assume it's just annoying and then I'll stop. But if it's not, ASMR. $420, blaze it. It's 420 here. Okay, I think my car may have been fully charged. I think that's it. I think that's it, fellas. I think it is time for me to go. Back on the road. On the road again. I just want to get back on the road again. Help me get back on the road again. The road again. I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Adios. Adios. Goodbye. Goodbye.